Yesterday, we started working on the number story, Pencils for the Writing Club. And Maggie was with us and she used some different tools and strategies to solve. And then she used pictures and words to show her solutions, as well as some drawings. Mathematicians, how did you do with this number story? What were your tools and how did you show your solutions? Let's look at this solution. One of the students I was working with had this as their answer. Let's review that work and see if it makes sense. Because today, mathematicians, I want to teach you that we want to make sure to make sense of our work and our solutions, and we can make sense by reviewing and then also using words and numbers and pictures to show our solutions and explain them. The words and the number sentences and the pictures will help explain our thinking. That makes sense. It said Mr. Khan had a pack of 18 pencils, and he wants to give one pencil to each child in his writing club. There are 7 girls and 8 boys in the club. The first question is, does Mr. Khan have enough to give each child one pencil? Well, there's 2 steps for that, isn't there? We have to figure out how many pencils he's going to give away, and then we have to figure out if that is a number that is smaller or less than 18. This student wrote, yes, he has enough. That makes sense because it says, does he have enough? That answers yes or no. Then it says to use words, numbers, or pictures to show how you know. And they used numbers and pictures. They have 8 in total, and they take away 7 and have 1 left. Does that talk about how many pencils Mr. Khan had? No, he had 18. It doesn't make sense to use 8 as the total. And then to take away 7 would be where he gave away 7 to the girls. But did he give away 8 to the boys? I don't see that anywhere in the words, numbers, or pictures. This doesn't quite make sense. Good thing we looked back and we made sure that our numbers, words, and pictures show our work so that it shows the solutions that make sense in the stories. The mathematician then worked with me and taught me a little bit too. Let me show you. So this part didn't really make sense. We decided to use tallies, and we used 7 for the girls, and then we added 8 for the boys, and we had 15 altogether. Once we knew that he needed 15 pencils for the children in the club, we then needed to do the second step, which is to compare 18 and 15. We know he has enough pencils because 15 is less or smaller than 18, which is what he started with, right? So working together and talking it out, we were able to make sense of the story and then show our thinking for the work and the solution. I showed this as my solution for the second part to the mathematician I was working with. I wrote, because Mr. Khan started with 18 pencils, he gave 1 to each of the 15 children, and when you give away, you subtract. So 18 minus 15 equals 3. How many pencils will Mr. Khan have left over? 3 pencils. That makes sense. he'll have them left over because he gave away less than he started with in total. Do you see these blue marks? That's where the mathematician that I helped here helped me revise what I wrote and make it clearer. I just wrote 18. The mathematician said, 18 what? And I was like, you're right, 18 pencils. And then the way I wrote this, he gave 1 to 15 children. The mathematician said, that sounds like he gave 1 pencil to a group of 15 to share. So we revised that as well. Mathematicians, today, let's work to make sense of your work and your solutions. And as you look at your solution for how you solved Pencils for the Writing Club, and you used words, numbers, and pictures, where did you show that you compare the number of pencils that Mr. Kahn started with to the ones he gave away to the children? And where did you show how many more pencils he had than children? What's your solutions? Today we're going to work at making sense of them by explaining them to each other and using words, numbers, and pictures. Off you go.